Hey Dog Nation, this is the Dog Father here. Welcome to Dog Bowl 13. We're going to have a really special bunch of games ahead of us, and I'm here with one of our sponsors. This is Matt Martinez of MMD Electric. Tell us a little bit about your company.
MMD Electric is a commercial, industrial, residential, small job service company that kind of keep with smaller jobs so we can keep the schedule more open.
No, that's fantastic, and I can vouch for you because you've come to my house multiple times and saved the day for Cindy and I.
Right.
So, and that's the residential side, but you do a lot more than that.
Correct, yeah. So commercial, we help out with other sponsors like Skylight Specialists, which is a sponsor. We do help them out some of their commercial/residential jobs, or just even restaurants and you name it. We're there to do it. We do it all.
Yeah, and so this year, and just like last year, you're our streaming sponsor. So with that, Shaw Hockey Productions comes in and they cover 46 games over the course of the weekend, all the way from the beer leaguer crappy guys like you and me to world-class sled hockey players and NHL players. All
Correct, yeah.
And we can't do that without guys like you, without Shawzy and so on and so forth. So thank you for doing that. And we also have a kind of a cool theme this year at the Dog Bowl, and we're wearing it right now.
We are. The theme I like about this Dog Bowl, and it comes close to home to me, is organ donations. So with the Dog Bowl going on this year in the Survivor game, it's all organ transplant recipients and donors.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about you a little bit on that because you hit both sides of that, right? Because with organ donors, you have the people that receive the organ donations, but you also have the people that give the organs, right?
Correct.
And some of those are living donors, some unfortunately pass, and that goes from there. But kind of tell us about yours.
So first one that got me involved with the organization with Dog Nation was a kidney donation to, everyone knows, D-Rep. Or Dave Repsher with Flight for Life back in 2015.
Yeah.
The helicopter accident with Flight for Life. So yeah, he went through some troubles, and I donated my kidney, which got him back up and running, and life's great with him.
Yeah, and then you on the other side, you're a recipient yourself.
I'm a recipient. I actually have a 21-year-old man from Florida's cadaver cartilage in my left knee.
Yeah, ironically, the same surgery Gabe Landeskog just had.
That is true.
So you came back, so that means Gabe's coming back too. So,
Definitely.
But that's terrific stuff, amazing on both sides, and also we're wearing the Survivor game jerseys. So these are going to be on Saturday. Amazing game to watch. That'll be on one of the broadcasts and
at 2:30 p.m. Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and you are going to be in that game, and so is Dave.
Yes, sir.
So anyway, thank you very much. Tune in. 46 games. You're not going to want to miss a single one. Check it out. Thank you.
All right, we are live at Dog Bowl 13 where we have a blind exhibition. With me is Jeff Martin, former player, former coach of blind hockey. I'm Zach Newmeyer, and we have a mix of vision impaired and also vision impaired through goggles playing today. Jeff, how are we doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. You're going to have to be my advisor on the rules, and there are some differences to this game. The one that is the most obvious to me is a much larger puck and one that makes a noise so that players can have a little further advantage to where that is at. Can you tell us a little bit what it's like playing with that puck?
Yeah, absolutely. So the puck is maybe 4 or 5 times the size. It's made out of kind of metal tin. It's like a metal tin can, and it's got ball bearings in it. So it's a lot heavier, moves a little slower than a normal puck. But other than that, it's pretty similar.
And there are some rule differences. There still is offsides. There still is icing.
Yep.
Can you tell us about the passing rule?
Yeah, absolutely. So the major difference between blind and regular hockey is the first pass whistle rule. So when the offensive team crosses the blue line, they have to complete one clean pass before they're eligible to shoot on net. And so that clean pass can be a rim around the boards as long as your teammate is the next one to pick it up. It just has to go to your teammate. So that's probably the biggest difference.
And you can hear the puck clanking around. You're right, like a tin can.
Yep.
As it comes into the zone. In red, we have the Hockey Heels group. All of them are wearing goggles. And then on the yellow, we have the blind team, which is a mix of former and current U.S. national blind hockey team players, along with a couple that are wearing goggles. In the zone, that comes back to Christian Moreno, who just played in the Survivor Series. He moves it across to the point. We get a shot from the outside, and that's knocked down in front and will be shot down the ice. Dave Carr picks it up, tries to make a pass. And there are a couple of the players that are actually on the U.S. team that are also playing in the non-blind games and competitive inside of those. This one goes down behind the net, and we got a little bit of a discussion going on with the referee in the middle of play. Everybody nice enough to stop for that. We'll see if I think as people acclimate to the sport, it'll probably get a little more competitive.
And the refs are new to this too, so they're figuring it out just as much as the other non-blind players. So
that's true. And the little yellow player with no number is Jordan Mays joining us. Seems to be one of the better skaters on the ice.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And he's got a chance in front, and that is a save.
And so one thing that I forgot to mention about the pass whistle, Zach, is that after your team completes a pass, the referee blows a special whistle. So that's kind of this chirping, longer toned whistle that you'll hear throughout the course of play.
And what does that whistle indicate? That the pass is required, or it didn't happen, or
the whistle indicates that it was a good pass. It was a clean pass,
oh, okay.
and so it lets the goalies know that the puck is on its way any second now. So the goalies traditionally in blind hockey are totally blind.
Okay. Wow. So that is a shot from the point, and our first point of the day. So when you mean totally blind as a goalie, tell me more about that. Can't see at all?
That is correct. And so there's different classifications based on, I think it's the International Blind Sports Association, something like that. And so goalies, technically by the rules, are what's considered B1. So they are totally blind. They have no vision at all. They might have light perception, but they have no vision.
Amazing. That was Drew Keenan. I heard that whistle for the pass, indicates a good pass, and now comes out of the zone. And Christian Moreno will bring it inside the zone. He pushes it to the middle. We got the pass whistle, and the shot goes wide of the net. They'll collect it behind the net. It bounces around a little bit. Everybody fighting for it. Gets out front, gets pushed in.
It was a nice pass.
Beautiful pass into the slot area. That is Senatunga is his tribal name. That means sitting bear. Also known as Rick, scores that one. We have a 1-1 game right now. We'll be doing the same format as the other games, which is 2 15-minute periods of runtime, followed by a third period that is 12 minutes stop time if the goal spread is within 4. Pile up at center ice.
Little collision, that'll happen.
I was talking with Adam Young, a U.S. player, and he said, "Oh, if I played you, I'd make you kiss the glass."
Adam is not shy about the physical play.
That is stopped on the line by the goaltender, covers it up. kicked out his leg pad and saved that right against the post, and then put his stick over it and got us a whistle.
And it's really important for the players on the ice to tell the goalie where the puck is, because they are totally blind, and you can hear it, but there's some echo.
And once it stops, there's no noise.
You got it.
Hockey Heels regrouping at neutral ice, and they'll push it into the zone. And gets pushed right back out by the blind team.
Good defense there.
And there's Kevin Miller walking in. He got the first goal in the Survivor Series. So he's back-to-back games, which is probably not something he does a lot of anymore. And we got a little bit of a breakaway. We'll need to get the pass inside the zone. So there's probably a lot of audio, a lot of talking, telling you where to pass. Is that true?
That is absolutely true. And communication is always so important in any type of hockey, but especially in blind hockey. You really have to have a system for who has possession. You know, sometimes your teammate that's playing defense can't tell who has the puck if it's down in the corner, so you got to develop a red, blue, something like that, some color codes to let them know who has the puck.
And collision on the near boards. Adam Young pushing through. Rick, they've spent a lot of time together working on volunteering around here, so they know each other well enough to run into each other on the ice. Dave Carr walks in, pushes it down low. They'll look for the slot. That is intercepted. Got Dan Schramm heading out, passes over. Now we got Drew Keenan carrying it in, going for the indirect pass, which he achieves. And then the puck changes hands behind the net. Dave Carr will break it out.
Just couldn't quite connect there.
Definitely seeing the U.S. players are the most aggressive on the ice. They step up.
Yep.
Where you're seeing the guys that are using the goggles are really hesitant and kind of sitting back.
Yeah.
It's amazing how important the vision is, and how much you rely on it.
Of course, yeah. When it's new to you, you really feel uncomfortable out there when you first start.
The ref also had a little experience of uncomfortable as he got involved in a player collision. All the refs, volunteers out here for the Dawg Bowl, putting in a lot of hours along with a lot of the staff and players. This one will go in behind Dave Carr. Dave Carr will rim it around, and he's got a winger waiting for the puck. And that is intercepted, and they'll fight to keep it inside. The Hockey Heels team turns it over a couple times, gets it back. Christian Moreno. Christian chips it off the boards, but it is held in by Lavinka. He gets it over to Schramm for a second, and then it goes back to Hockey Heels, and they'll skate it in the zone. They'll look for their pass inside the offensive zone. Terry Bisbee puts it up to the point. Moreno, good stop with his skate. He's walking in, and then fans on the puck. And it gets turned over and knocked down the ice, and Hockey Heels' Kevin Miller will regroup. Christian Moreno enters the zone. Bisbee turns it over. Good defensive play by Jordan Mays, the smallest player on the ice. And that kid's skating so good, I'm not sure they gave him goggles.
So Jordan is one of our volunteers for the local Colorado Visionaries program. He might have some familiarity with the goggles. He might be at a slight advantage there.
He's got the skill. And then you got Rick Rampy there as the other blank jersey. Has hit his stick a few times. He's in the right area, and then he decides to give it to Jordan after a few passes that didn't go in. And they will call it no goal. And can you tell us a little bit about that crease rule?
Yeah, absolutely. So anytime the puck ends up in the crease, if it stops moving while it's in the blue, it's considered a dead puck. So whether or not the goalie has it covered physically or if it's just lying there motionless, both are considered to be dead pucks. At which point the ref will blow the whistle like any normal covered puck in regular hockey.
And the goalie is Riley O'Leary, and it looks like he is definitely working completely blind. I think they got a sock on his helmet.
Oh, man. That's an interesting way of doing it.
Right, but you can tell by the way he's moving.
Hopefully it's a clean sock.
Right. Depends on whose bag it came out of.
Yeah.
Jordan comes into the zone, walks around Kevin Miller, and then he is intercepted by David Carr. David Carr kicks it out to Senatunga. Senatunga's pass is intercepted. That is Cappy with the feather on his helmet, flying back, number 9. Cappy experiencing the vision impaired goggles for the first time. Rick Senatunga struggling with the skates and the puck. Turns it over. And it's going back and forth between the teams right now on the boards. Rampy fires it into the zone for a little bit of space as we got line changes happening behind the play. Definitely the yellow team is dealing with a few more players on the bench. Maybe fatigue might be a factor later in this one. Although they all kind of look tired on the hockey heel side.
They do. I'm sure they've played a lot of hockey this weekend.
Good pass up the boards by Adam Young. Lavinka will give chase into the zone, and it is intercepted by David Carr. And we got a big hit at center. That's the second collision that Adam's been a part of. And actually, I think it was both of those guys in the last one also. And they separate with a friendly fist bump and get back in the game.
And that's always one of the funny things about blind hockey is when you do run into somebody, it's rarely intentional. And so it's always very friendly. You know, there's always a, hey, man, you okay? Even if they're on the other team.
Good sports about it.
Absolutely.
When they were playing in the regular game, I went and told the other team, I said, hey, the guys in the green jerseys, they're vision impaired, so just know that if they run into you. And the guy goes, those guys are blind? He goes, I'm terrible.
Real blow to the self-confidence.
They were blending in so good, the guys didn't even know they couldn't see. There were just a couple contacts that were a little bit questionable.
Yep. Yeah, it's amazing. I've watched Dan Schramm play quite a bit in regular hockey, and he's pretty incredible. It's hard to tell sometimes.
And Schramm will look to take the face-off and wins it over to center. Kevin Miller gets a stick in the way to stop a scoring chance. And they'll battle for it against the sideboards. Yellow team captures it. They put it to the point, and they'll fire from the point just wide of the net. It's funny to watch Riley trying to adjust to where that thing is, just purely on audio. Bisbee enters in the zone. He'll need to make a pass. And he looks for trailing and picks up Moreno. Moreno's got a little bit of slot room, passes it up, and goal!
Oh. That was a nice passing play.
Bisbee to Moreno to Senatunga. Sitting Bear gets his second goal of the contest. We have a 2-1 Hockey Heels lead with about 1:40 left to go in this first period. Christian opposite Schramm. Christian wins it back. Dave Carr. Schramm intercepts. And they'll fumble with it at center ice before it finally comes out the other side. That's Schramm into the zone looking for his pass. Makes the pass right away. Oh, rings it off the post.
Man.
That was Schramm to Rebke. And a shot from the outside. Scared the goalie. Drew Keenan, who has the only goal for the yellow team, fired again from the point. and it was off the ice, so there's no sound.
Yep.
And it hit Riley right in the breadbasket.
Oh, no.
It looked like it scared him. Good goaltender positioning on that one.
Yeah. He's doing well for having never experienced this. It takes a lot of courage to be willing to go in blindfolded.
I think it might have taken a little wind out of him, too, the way he's kind of wincing after that one.
Uh-oh.
Here's a breakaway opportunity. Dave Carr goes in with Bisbee. He shuffles it over to Bisbee, bounces off of his stick and into the corner. Bisbee picks it up. It's intercepted and shuffled all the way down the ice, which the icing is waved off. Kevin Miller picks it up behind the net. He'll send it around the boards. Dave Carr. Dave Carr takes a look, fires it up. It goes all the way out. Bisbee doing a little bit of cherry picking, but not enough time for it to matter. At the end of one, we have Hockey Heels up 2-1.
It's a good first period of play. Some back and forth chances for both teams.
It's always fun in this tournament to watch the friendly exhibition start to get slowly more and more competitive as you run out of time, and I have a feeling that's going to happen on this one.
Yeah.
First period, they're feeling it out. Second period, they're going to try a little harder. You got Cappy on the ice right now trying to kind of figure out his goggles. He's trying to get a little bit of skate time on there.
Adjust to his new reality. And that puck, you're seeing some of these passes kind of bounce off sticks. It's challenging to catch sometimes because it weighs so much more. So the touch that you're used to having with the little puck is totally different with the big puck. It's a big adjustment.
You get more broken sticks.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually have broken fewer
Is that
playing
right?
blind hockey, than I did play in regular. I don't know if it's...
So did you play regular hockey growing up?
I did. So I grew up playing roller hockey here in Denver, and then when I graduated from college and moved back, I started playing ice hockey a little bit, and then at that point I kind of lost vision and hung them up, and then luckily found blind hockey and found the local Colorado Visionaries program here, and the rest was history, so they say.
Awesome. Definitely, I never expected that blind hockey was something that could be done. It's been amazing to see. Hockey had so many different ways of playing hockey. The sled hockey game just got done.
Yeah.
And then all the various skill levels that are here as well, and various abilities. Really amazing what the sport can do.
It really is.
Adam Young, pass just missed, goes into the zone. And Hockey Heels will break it out. And Bisbee has the puck, looks for help. Gets it taken away by the fastest player on the ice, I'm thinking, is Jordan Mays.
He looks good.
Jordan Mays tries to pitch it out front. That is denied. Kevin Miller knocks that one into the corner. And it comes back. Rick Rampy looks through the slot and gets a back check that pokes it away from him. And it's bouncing around against the boards behind the net. Picked up by Cappy. Cappy makes a good pass to Ramp. Rampy's in the right place. He keeps getting that puck, but he's got to work on his shot a little bit.
Tell him that next practice. And it's interesting, that normally you see a lot more wraparounds in blind hockey. That's kind of a strategy because the goalie has a little bit harder time tracking it behind the net, and if you do it right, you can get that puck to wrap around without having making any noise. I haven't seen too many wraparound attempts today.
Yeah, that's very a traditional area that Rampy's shooting from, right? In that slot area.
Yeah, like you said, he's getting to the right area.
Hockey Heels gets it temporarily, and then it gets pushed back into the zone. Satunga off of his skates. He's got 2 goals in this one. Sitting bare. is his tribal name, and he pushes it to the middle, and that gets picked off. That's Straub that passes it up the boards. Straub, former captain of the CC Tigers.
His dad is in goal for the yellow team today. Former Team USA goalie, Mike Straub.
So tell me a little bit about the league that these U.S. players play in. How many teams do they compete against?
So at the moment, it's Canada and the United States that have sanctioned blind hockey teams. There are programs that have started in other countries, such as Finland. I think Australia has kicked the tires on some players, and I believe the United Kingdom has a few players. So they're working on getting some more international teams. Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. Is there the U.S. or the national event? Where does that rotate around from place to place, different country?
It does.
Back and forth.
It does. Usually they try to do one event in Canada. We got a 3-on-1 here.
Yep, 3-on-1 action. Straub passes to the middle. Ooh. That is Mr. Martinez that puts it away. Somebody who is also competing here at Dawg Bowl inside the regular divisions.
Okay.
Great pass by Straub. A little bit of give and go, and then he buries it in the slot area.
It's a nice play. They got a nice 3-on-1 break there.
That puts us at 2-2 with just under 11 minutes left to go in the second period. Face-off is won back by the Heels. They pass it a few different times. And then Dow fans on the puck a little bit. Makes it a little bit easier for the yellow team to pick it up. And they will look, and good pass into the zone. That's Rebke battling on the boards, try to get that puck. Battle down low, comes out with it. Tries to push it up to the point. Comes right back. We'll battle on the half boards. And get out to neutral ice under pressure. I think the blind team is starting to get a little more aggressive as this thing goes on. We're starting to see a little bit of competition.
They look like they're picking up the pace a little bit.
This one comes out and bounces around neutral ice. Satunga takes it, passes it into the zone. That should equate to there's the whistle, to the mandatory pass. Push it in the boards, push it down low, and try to set up. Puck rolling with speed. So breakaways, they have to wait and make the mandatory pass, which they do. This is a 2-on-none, and pushes it off the side of the goalie. There's a wraparound attempt. It slides off of his stick, comes out, and we got a potential breakaway the other way, Bisbee, but a lot of hustle again.
Yeah, who was that? Great back check.
That is Keenan, Drew Keenan, who has one goal, one great scoring chance. And
he is a good skater.
He is a great skater. And he holds it in at the point, takes a look, and he will throw it in deep and let his teammates go chase this one.
Looking like Cale McCarr up there on the blue line.
He is comfortable on his skates, there's no doubt about it. That pass misses. Picked up by the blind team. And a 360 there at the blue line. A little bit of a hand pass. The refs are going to let that slide, I think, as Rampy comes into the zone. He gives it up to Cappy. Cappy takes a look, drop pass. He'll set it up. And Dave Carr gets in the way. Then Christian picks it up. He'll go off the boards and use his speed to go down ice. And it's a 3-on-1 right here. Gives it to Carr. gets the mandatory pass. Bisbee hits the outside of the post and it bounces into the corner. Cappy gets it, he pulls it in close, keeps it. You can tell he's trying to see around the goggles by the way he's moving his head. And they have to hold up as offsides is still a thing, even in blind hockey. Pass into Jordan, gets intercepted. Will be kept in by Drew Keenan. Back to Jordan. Jordan tries to hand it off. It gets intercepted and picked up to the point. And again, Drew keeps it in. And it's finally pushed out by Christian Moreno. And that will force it out of the zone and a regroup. As nobody saw David Carr fall all on by himself. You can't blame that one on the goggles. He was just changing lines. At the end of the day, it's still played on ice. Jordan gets in there, gets it. It's bouncing back and forth between everybody before Heels is finally able to kick it back. Adam Young will regroup. He'll push it off the boards and back in, and it gets pushed back by Hockey Heels. That's Jared Miller that sends that one down the ice. Jared's had a handful of games today. Jared Miller is an intern for the Dawg Nation and put together some of those videos they showed. Really amazing skill at capturing and showing a message, among other things. He also did a lot of the scheduling of the scorekeepers, which is an even more daunting task.
That's a lot of work.
And even after all that work, you got to get him to show up for the 7:15 game.
Oh, man. Well, he's doing yeoman's work there.
Sure. Adam Young picks it out. He has an outlet pass to the wing. That's Straub. He'll kick it out and into neutral ice and another 360. This one gets over to the near side and they'll battle for it on the boards. Drew to Straub, back up to Levinka. He one-touches it into the zone, picked up by Carr. Carr looks to break it out. Heather Cornelison touches it, but it is taken from her and pushed down deep. Schramm has the puck, drops the puck, intercepted by Dave Carr. Drew works to keep it in. He has to retreat to neutral ice and look for a little bit of help. Cross ice pass, partially deflected, makes it through to Levinka, then Schramm picks it up. Schramm pushes it to Straub, back to Levinka, fires it wide of the goal. It's still, I don't know if it's right to laugh, but boy, that goalie, once that puck leaves the ice and you can't, it's not making the same noise, the goalie is really at a disadvantage.
Yep.
They still need the pass as they're in the offensive zone. And that pass is intercepted by Straub. He makes a pass, but a line change taking place. He has to pick up his own puck, gives it to Schramm. Schramm, Straub, 2-on-1. Good drop pass. He gets to his backhand. Backhand's got to be tough on that puck, is it?
The backhand is really challenging. Both power and elevation are difficult.
Schramm backhands it around to Straub. Straub looks for a little bit of help out front. Walks around, puck comes off. Jared Miller intercepts. And then they'll work David Carr in the corner. And it's turned back over. Blind team comes in, backhand, goal.
Nice. Just as I was saying, it's hard.
No goal. They're calling no goal.
goal.
There may be a pass rule in there. I thought we had a clean pass from Straub to Schramm. There's some debate on that. The initial signal from the refs is no goal.
I wonder if they think that if possession changes, they have to acquire that clean pass, which is not the case. As soon as you're in the zone, as long as the puck does not leave the zone, you just have to get it once.
Okay, so a debate on the rule. We got to hope that Schramm wins his case here. The refs, as you said before, are also learning the game.
A lot of nuances to it, just like any adaptive sport. You got to learn the nuances.
They just looked at Schramm's number. I'm thinking they're about to give him credit for the goal. I don't know why else they would want the number.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a heated conversation.
Unless they're sending him to the box.
He's still arguing.
He's bleeding.
Come on, let's stop the clock at least, guys. I know it's run time, but.
Yeah.
And they are calling no goal.
Okay.
And pulling it out of the zone.
Interesting. We'll have to ask Shrem about that later, see what the...
I'm sure he'll have something to say.
Yeah.
The beautiful backhand shot. Kevin Miller collects it, gives it to Christian. To Bisbee. Bisbee will race in the zone, but Christian's got more speed. He'll pick it up first. He's looking for the mandatory pass. It's blocked by Drew, and then a good stick check to get it back. Good pass to the center to Bisbee. I think that was a save off the side of the goaltender and then back behind the net. And we got a little bit of fire out of Schramm, I think, now as he collects it, puts it up for the pass. Drop pass to Schramm is intercepted, and Bisbee will bring it into neutral ice. Schramm comes all the way back, collects the puck. He's going to rim it around the boards. Drew picks it up. Drew Keenan's pass is partially deflected, but still gets through. And a little bit of a stick battle, and Bisbee will work to keep it in the zone to Moreno. Moreno down low. And then back to Moreno. He fires off the outside of the net. Miller picks it up. Two Millers, Jared Miller, Kevin Miller, not related as far as I know. And now we got Jordan. Jordan Mays carries it in. He leaves it for Rampy. Rampy gets it to his backhand, pushes it down low. Mays, good pass out front. If Marnie were left-handed. Young collects it in neutral ice. He'll skate around. He's got room. We're definitely seeing fatigue on the Hockey Heels side. Boy, they are looking slow. And they dump it back into the blind side. And they're looking for line changes, but they only have 3 guys on the bench. It's only going to work so many times.
That is tough.
Didkard forced to hold up at neutral ice. He gives it over to Bisbee, passing in the zone. Bisbee cannot shoot. No goal. That pass came from neutral ice, therefore it is not the mandatory in-zone pass.
So that face-off should come outside the zone at the just outside the blue line.
And the correct call being made as the face-off moves to neutral ice. The end of the second, we're knotted up at 2 goals apiece. That means the third period will be a 12-minute stop time period. And we should see the skaters that have kind of been friendly will probably get a little more competitive.
It's been a very tight contest so far. We'll see if that no goal by Schramm comes back and ends up being a big turning point in the game.
Got some words of inspiration happening on the Hockey Heels side. I can tell by the emotion.
Just 12 more minutes.
And then, right, I will buy you guys beer if you can make it the last 12 minutes.
Whatever it takes.
Then we have the Dawg Nation board member, Greg. He is very animated in the coaching that he is doing on the blind side. And I think there's a discussion on the rules again, because it's Schramm that's talking with them. And I'm sure they're trying to figure it out. They should be able to go to Toronto and add a goal on there for this one.
You would hope. That's what we need, you know. We need a situation room for... They could have thrown to us, you know.
I'm confident with you and your experience to make the call. I'll pretend like I know how to make it, but at the end of the day, it's just pretending.
Hey, if you could tell me that the puck went in the net, I could tell you if it was a goal or not.
Teamwork.
See a defender leading the goalie back to the net on the blind side. And another thing that I should note that isn't I don't think these look like standard nets to me. So in typical blind hockey, the net is actually a foot shorter. So it's 3 foot by 6 foot instead of the standard 4 by 6. Part of that reasoning is because the goalies tend to stay down in the butterfly position the whole time. they have to be standing up in international play, at least. They have to be standing before the puck is dropped, and then as soon as the puck is dropped, they can drop down into their butterfly stance. But that's a little bit of a nuance when you're used to playing with with a normal net. You try to pick those corners, and those corners aren't there when you're playing with a foot shorter of a net. So
right. Interesting. Turnover at the blue line. It gets chipped in on goal. And a violation, as there was not a pass in the offensive zone. And so that will reset back to neutral ice. Although it was a fantastic save on a bouncing puck, it's not going to count.
There's going to be tough saves to make, too. Good for Mike Straub.
Puck bounces back and forth at neutral ice and then gets kicked out. Lavinka pushes it back up, picked up by Jared Miller. He'll walk into the zone. He's looking for that one pass, and it hits the goaltender, which should be a violation and is a violation. That will come back out to neutral ice. Heather Nelson will take the draw on the Hockey Heels side and wins it. And then Jared gives a little short rainbow into the zone, and it's picked up by Drew. And then battles back in, and Dave Carr will pick it up. Dave Carr pushes it over to Jared Miller. Rampy challenges, gets a hold of it, fires it off of a couple people like a pinball. Comes into the zone, offsides according to the official.
Fatigue looking like it's starting to play a factor here.
Good pass to the middle to Fleer, then gets poked away, and they're forced to regroup at neutral ice. Lavinka one touches it in a little bit early. It's an offsides. They'll need to clear the zone. They'll need to clear the zone on the delayed offsides. Same offsides as normal hockey. And now we have Jared Miller with a head of steam. And he's a big boy. I hope he can see okay. Jared throws back to center to Heather. It bounces off of Heather and then gets through on a shot that goes off of the goalie and off the post. This one comes back the other way with speed. That's a one-touch pass. Crew picks it up, and it's intercepted by the other Miller, Kevin Miller this time. And he'll go into the zone. And he makes the one, misses the one pass.
Oh, wow.
Picked up by Drew. Drew Keenan kicks it out to center, picked up by Bisbee. Bisbee over to Moreno. Moreno makes one miss, and he walks into the zone, and he stops going in the zone, shows a little bit of his skating ability with a little mohawk.
Yeah, that was impressive.
As Bisbee needs to get back on side. Everybody kind of waits for him. And Christian tries to hit his partner Rick on there, and it bounces past the stick. They'll battle for it on the boards. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the third period. We're knotted at 2. Turnover in front. Bisbee gives it to Moreno. Couple attempts, big saves, and then he smothers the puck. That was 3 pad saves in that series as they kept trying to go through that pad and it wasn't having it. And then he smothered the puck with the body and pulled the whistle. Big save.
Big stop by Mike Straub there. That was huge. Was one of the best chances that the Hockey Heels have had in a little while. It's good to see Straub stand strong.
Drives one back to Heather, and she fires, and it goes in. I believe, waiting for the official word. So off of the draw, is that not considered your pass?
That can be considered a pass. If you win it clean right to a teammate, that can be a good goal.
I think we're even now.
I think we might be. Sometimes the officials don't have time to buzz that pass whistle, but it can still count. So it looks like they decided not to count it.
Yep. So they determined that was either not a clean pass, and therefore negated the goal. And maybe it did touch somebody. Kevin Miller from the point, clean pass. It's blocked by Straub. Kicks it over to Cappy. Cappy, there's a highlight video for Cappy right there wearing the goggles. He hit a 360 trying to find that puck. And then it comes out. And Schramm, we've seen a lot of speed out of Schramm. He's a great skater. Schramm takes a look to the point, gives it to the point, and then it's turned over to Bisbee. Bisbee comes neutral ice, but he's all alone. He'll have to wait for his teammates to come in, and he does. Christian Moreno picks it up, tries to get out, intercepted by Straub. Straub takes a look. He's got Cappy. Cappy picks it up at the blue line, and then he chips it up just a little bit to Schramm. Schramm walks into the zone, finds a seam, tries to give a pass to Young. A little bit of miscommunication there. Gets turned over to Bisbee, and then goes out of the zone. And Heather Finelson will be the first one on the puck into the offensive zone. She's waiting for help, fires it towards the net, goes off of Schramm, and then the goalie has to make a save off his own guy. And then Schramm carries it out with speed. You got a potential 3-on-2. Gives it to Young. Young fires wide of the net, and then it gets picked up by Cappy. Cappy gives it to Schramm. Schramm circling. The pass has been made. Schramm takes a look, fires hard, and that is blocked in front by David Carr, and then he pitches it to the corner. Cappy will go to pick it up. Straub. Puck goes up high off of Christian's body, and then held in at the point by Straub. He goes across to Levinka. Levinka has time and room, tries to fire it into the slot area. Cappy gets control of it, sends it back out to Levinka. The blind team in full control right now and pressing, backhand shot. And then a big save.
Wow.
Big save.
What a stop.
Two big chances right there for the blind team.
That was a huge stop to try and kill that momentum.
Riley comes up big on those saves. We're looking at about 7 minutes left to go. We're still tied at 2. We'll see Martinez on the draw. And that is one back to David Carr on the Hockey Hilo side. He passes it over to Jared Miller. Jared Miller bounces it off to Jordan Mays, and then is able on his second pass to get it up. Satanga loses control of it. Christian recovers it, and then he will drive to the outside. Gets by Levinka, and with the puck even. And then Moreno drops it out. The shot is blocked by Martinez, and he'll try to regroup, and it changes hands a couple times. Jordan tries to get it out of the zone, and it's held in by David Carr, then turned over to Martinez. Martinez looks for Mays. He's got Mays coming into the zone. Mays has got Levinka. He's got a pass. He's got Levinka. Goes off the tip of his stick. I think we saw a little bit what you said about it's a little bit heavier and harder to grab on that pass. It looked like he had his stick in the right place, and it just kind of bent on it.
Yep.
He went down in the corner. And it looked like a little twist of the leg.
Hopefully he's okay.
And he's grabbing at that right knee as the players come over and check him out. So, Jeff, you don't mind us telling, you were 25 when you lost your sight, is that correct?
That's correct. So I kind of grew up with limited vision, sort of legally blind, and then was able to have a surgery and fixed a large part of it, so I was able to drive and like I said earlier, play hockey, and it's good to see him get back up. And then, hit 25 and got diagnosed with glaucoma and sort of started progressively losing vision from then. So how important was hockey to your life to be able to continue to play hockey with that transition? Very important. So I kind of hung up the skates after one particularly frustrating drop-in, and I thought, I can't do this anymore, and I was just getting angry, all the time. And then probably 5-6 months later, I was able to find, I was just watching an Avalanche game, and in the intermission, they profiled blind hockey in Colorado, and the rest was history. So very lucky to have found it. And the Colorado Visionaries program, what can you tell us about that? So the Colorado Visionaries is the local program that my father and I are pretty heavily involved in, as well as Dan Schramm and several other folks that are on the yellow team here today. We practice here at Edge Ice Arena usually once a month, and just looking for anyone that is interested in playing, and yeah, we get a decent amount of partnership from the Colorado Center for the Blind. We get a lot of folks that come from all over the country that are able to come and experience what it's like to ice skate for maybe the first time in their lives. So it's pretty incredible.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
Straub collects it back in his zone. He's going to look for the long pass off the boards, and it is intercepted by Dave Carr. Dave Carr will carry it into the zone. Goes to the outside, and it gets gloved down by Straub. And they'll work with it behind the net and see who comes out with it. It gives Straub. It's who I probably would have put my money on. Gives it to Martinez. Martinez pushes it up for Jordan Mays. Jordan Mays is going in. We got a 2-on-1 developing here. Carr gets a stick in the way, but then it's picked up by Martinez. And then Carr gets his stick in the way again.
Great defense.
Mays looks to chip it out, and it gets Carr's stick in the way again. It gets down to the corner. There's Rampy. Rampy gives it to Mays. Mays takes a look, and he tries to chip it out front, and it goes across the crease all the way to the other side. Mays, Straub at the point. The pass has been made. They can shoot at any time. It goes through Martinez, gets through traffic, gets picked up in the corner by Rampy. Rampy to Mays behind the net. Mays looking for a little bit of help behind the net, and he will rim it around behind the net to be cycled on to Martinez. Then it gets around and out of the zone. Rampy pushes it in the zone. They have to get on sides before Mays looks for a toe drag, and guess what? Carr's stick got in the way of that one too.
Oh man.
Back to Miller. Miller bounces it off of Sitonga. Sitonga, then it gets picked up by Keenan. Drew Keenan comes in, he drops it to Martinez. Keenan's got a chance and roofs it.
Wow.
Up over the goaltender's shoulder for the go-ahead goal.
Not much goalie can do about that.
Second goal of the game.
Great play. And you'll see that play a lot in blind hockey, where you come in with speed and you drop it to a teammate who chips it right back to you, because then naturally the defender wants to follow the puck, and then you get open and you're able to get that quick break.
There is not a fully sighted goalie stopping that one. That was roofed in the upper right corner, over the shoulder on the short side, over the glove hand.
Oh,
phenomenal shot.
Beautiful.
Picked up by Kevin Miller. He'll walk into the zone. He drops it for Bisbee. Bisbee gives it back to Miller. Miller using his body to protect the puck against Straub.
It's a good play.
He gets it to out front. It bounces around. Moreno jumps in eagerly. And now we got a 2-on-0 breakaway, but Jared Miller getting back quickly. Straub getting in. And we have a pile up in front. I don't know what the call's going to be here. Jared came back with such speed, he took his goalie and the net off of the moorings.
You'll have to see that effort, especially after such a long weekend.
The official call is no goal.
It's the right call.
I do not think Jared was aware that the net was quite where it was. But huge effort, huge back check, did break up a 2-on-0. That kind of evolved to a 3-on-1.
Yeah, no, that was. You'll love to see that effort, and really tried to help out his goalie, and hopefully everybody's okay.
The beauty of it is the sock is on the goalie's head, and he has no idea who ran into him. So there'll be no hard feelings.
Yeah, it's hard to be angry at somebody you don't know who it was.
Schramm versus Moreno on the draw. We get a whistle as the ref wasn't quite set. And I think so. We got a penalty on Miller out of that collision, so it will be a power play for the blind team, the yellow team. Scheduled for 2 minutes. It goes out. Drew Keenan keeps it in. Drew Keenan fires in. Goaltender save off the pad, and then it bounces wide.
Nice save.
Adam Young steamrolls Carr and gets the puck. And then it goes out to Christian Moreno. Christian Moreno's going to backhand this thing all the way down, and it's going to give a good roll all the way down. No icing here as they are on a power play. Keenan kicks it over. The pass is intercepted by Moreno, and then he'll push it in deep and force the power play to regroup. Gets up to Cappy. Cappy goes off the stick. David Carr pushes it back in to Parker. Parker, a couple steps, looks new to his skates, and he pushes it over to Keenan, who does not look new at skates at all.
Not at all. Parker normally a goaltender.
Okay, skating out now. Young picks it up. He pushes it, takes a wild bounce over Marty's stick and into the heels zone. Up to Bisbee. We got 44 seconds remaining on the man advantage for the yellow team. Straub forced to retreat back to behind his net where he'll grab the puck. And they'll set up the power play for one final rush on this one. Center. Cappy and Schramm have a little bit of their own fight for the puck, and then Carr comes out with it. Carr walks into the zone. Carr's got to make a pass, and he looks for a drop pass, and it's picked up by Miller. Miller on the outside, he tries to pass it in, stick gets in the way, and then a backhand shot goes wide of the net by Bisbee. David Carr tries to get to the point, which is Heather, and she'll have to give chase to the puck as it comes out to the zone. Heavy pressure from Schramm. Schramm forces a turnover inside the zone. He's got Cappy streaking towards the net. He sees him unable to get the pass off, and Cappy looks to fire it in the corner, and there is nothing happening there. Hockey Heels will push it out of the zone. Dave Carr holds it for a second, waiting for a teammate, gives it to Heather. Heather's under heavy pressure from Jordan Mays. Jordan Mays picks it up. He's looking for the pass. He's got Schramm in the slot area. Good stick block by Jared Miller. Then it goes over to Mays behind the net pass. Couple good chances there, just go wide. Rampy picks it up down low. He hits Jordan. Jordan fumbles the puck. And a little bit of help from Jared Miller brings it up past center ice.
That's a good kill by Hockey Heels.
40 seconds left to go in this one. We should see the goaltender come out of the net. I'm not sure how you motion the goaltender right now.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be a loud yell.
You know, I'm not sure I've ever seen that before.
And Schramm and Mays passing it back and forth. Just missed a one-timer attempt out front. And backhand shot, big save by Riley, the goaltender. And Straub fires it over to Keenan. Keenan's got time, he fires it, goes off the skates of Miller and wide. Straub backhands it to center. It's picked up by Schramm, bounces off Keenan, stays inside the zone. Keenan gives it back to Schramm. Schramm fires from the outside, hits Satunga and does not go. And that's it.
Wow.
Great contest.
Yes. What a game.
The blind team will take that one with a 3-2 with a controversial fourth goal potential. We'll see if that one in the replays, but in the end, it's the same. Victory goes to the blind hockey team, Hockey Heels, with a great effort, some of them in witnessing and experiencing the vision impaired hockey for the first time. So good job on both sides for sure, but the victory and the team that does not buy the beer is the blind team.
It's always a good place to be.
Jeff, it's been a privilege and an honor, man. Thanks
You
a
as
lot
well,
for
Zach.
joining us.
Thanks so much.
A lot of fun. We'll
Absolutely.
get refills as well.
Sounds great.
So we'll be signing off. Dog Bowl 13, that is the Blind Hockey Expedition. Pay attention to the Colorado Visionary Program. You do not have to be a blind player to participate in their program. They do have goggles that simulate the conditions so that the play can be equal, and at the end of the day, it's just a hockey game. So come out and enjoy the fun.
That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in.
I am Matt Martinez with MMD Electric, official streaming sponsor of Dog Bowl 13.
Thank you, Matt. And always remember to play hard
Play fair.
and give back.
We'll see you at the next face-off.